So I talk about this herb all the time. I talk about it when someone asks me what my favorite herb is. And even if no one asks me what my favorite herb is, I would probably just talk about it because it's my favorite herb. It's my top herb. Reishi used to be reishi mushroom. Reishi mushroom was maybe the first herb or mushroom that introduced me to this kind of lifestyle. So I will always love reishi. But Gynostemma is just really consistent in my life, like every day and pretty much like all day. I think it's really consistent in my life because it tastes actually like really delicious. It tastes a bit like really mild green tea. It has no caffeine, so you can have it in the morning, you can have it at night. It doesn't affect your sleep or anything like that. The Gynostemma that I'm using is just a whole leaf. So it's just like peppermint, it's just like chamomile. You can just infuse it in hot water, and you can drink it cold, you can drink it hot throughout the day. So I think that's why it just makes it easier to just include it in the diet. And the health benefits is actually like so amazing. Gynostemma is an adaptogen, so that means that these plants can help your body adapt to different stresses. So it can be physical, it can be emotional, it can be spiritual stresses. Like when we're talking about emotional stresses, it's really important these days because there's, with all these things happening in the world, it's nice to be able to kind of bring back and be able to be flexible and adapt to different situations. And when we're talking about plants that can physically bring your body into homeostasis or into a balanced state, so for example, say if you've got a weight issues, if you are underweight, and then it might help you to bring it up to a normal level. But if you're overweight, it will help you bring it down to the normal level. And that's the same with blood sugar levels, cholesterol, blood pressure, all those things. So this can be a new concept for some people. We're so used to taking drugs that it's just like single direction, like one direction. But when you're talking about like these intelligent herbs that can do multi-directional things, like for example, like Gynostemma can be taken in the morning and give you that boost of energy or like sustainable energy. But like in the evening when you really need to, you're taking Gynostemma at night and it'll help you sleep. Like it's just hard for some people to just understand, like, why can it, elevate the energy at one time, but you can kind of bring down that energy down before going to bed. So I think it's all about like just respecting and understanding the intelligence of these herbs that you're working with. Interesting thing about Gynostemma is that it hasn't been used for that long. I mean, compared to something like reishi, something like hoshuru, rumania, rhodiola, things like that. It's actually considered as folk herb. How it has been discovered is that a bunch of like Japanese companies and scientists, they wanted to find something similar to stevia. Like stevia is like a low calorie, like low GI plant that these days used as a sweetener, and Japanese companies, they wanted to find something similar to that. So they went to a part of China and found a place where Gynostemma was heavily consumed. And then they realized that those people who are living in the area are living for a long time, really healthy. So they started looking into the composition of the Gynostemma, not so much as a sweetener, but as a medicinal plant. And they realized that the Gynostemma has, even though ginseng and Gynostemma are not related, Gynostemma has similar compounds to ginsenosides, which are one of the most beneficial compounds found in ginseng. Gynostemma is sometimes called poor man's ginseng because of that. Ginseng can be like super expensive, especially if you're getting a proper high quality aged ginseng, which is really, it's expensive but really hard to find. But Gynostemma is pretty reasonably priced, and then gives you like really similar health benefits to ginseng. So, we kind of touched on the health benefits, but the weight management, blood sugar levels. So a lot of people who are that kind of diabetics, I think Gynostemma can be a really helpful thing to have, and maybe that's something to do with the weight issues as well, because looking after your insulin levels and blood sugar levels is really important when you're trying to lose weight or to maintain healthy weight. And other health benefits include boosting your immunity or modulating the immunity, antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, cardiovascular health, and also eliminating toxins and waste from the body. But this is my daily Gynostemma, and it's still pretty dark. It's actually a third infusion. And I can really tell the quality of my Gynostemma because it doesn't get bitter even after the third or fourth infusion. And I don't want to waste my Gynostemma. I love it so much that I sometimes ferment with sauerkraut. I put it into crackers. I make pickles. Actually, if you go to this fancy green tea place in Japan, they will tell you how to use leftover tea, and that's green tea, and they make pickles and things like that. And you can do the same with Gynostemma tea. So we always talk about the quality and authenticity of the herbs, and it applies to everything in life, but applies to Gynostemma here as well. I'm blessed to be working with these farmers and supplier who knows not to harvest more than once a year. A lot of other companies do, because then I suppose more yield, but that means it's less antioxidant level. And our Gynostemma grows in temperate zone, which brings up the antioxidant, amino acid profile, and nutrient level as well. And the propagation method is just always from seeds for our Gynostemma, not from the roots or from cutting. So to be honest, I don't understand why everyone's not drinking Gynostemma like I am. This should be like goji berries, where everyone knows goji berries now. Gynostemma should be in everyone's cupboard. It does pretty much everything, like immunity, antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, cholesterol, controlling insulin and blood sugar levels, weight management, adaptogenic. It's calming, but it's energizing. It's makes you feel happy, and it tastes so delicious. So if you want to talk to me more about it, DM me or message me, and you can find Gynostemma online under superfood, I think, superfood section. If you can't find it, let me know. I'll direct you to the right page.